Welcome to This Is the Day with me, Bo Chansey. And today, special guest, the one, the only, Roger Foster, everybody.
Nice to be here. Really a great day.
It's great to have you. You know, I feel like, Roger, though, I may have misspoken. It wasn't, okay, I may have said an untruth. I said you're the one, the only.
Well,
Roger Foster's.
there are several.
I was going to say, it's kind of it could be a common name.
Yeah.
Or there are others.
I go on academia.edu and I found out, because I do research, kind of egg-headed research.
Clearly, because I don't know what you're talking about.
And there's a Roger Foster that's commonly posting in there who's not me.
Okay.
And he must be very bright. Much brighter than me, probably.
Okay. Well, no, you're a brilliant man. Because here's the deal. This is true. You're my one and only Roger Foster.
Well, my heart is warmed. Thank you.
Welcome to This Is the Day, everybody. Roger is the outpost pastor in Brandon, Vermont at LifeBridge, our newest outpost of MCC.
And it's a great privilege to be associated with this ministry. Every step of the way for us so far has just been, and I don't expect that to change. When I say so far, I don't mean like hadn't wrecked yet. I'm just saying this has just been an outstanding experience for us.
Well, I think it's a healthy expectation to recognize that while things have been good, there will be some sticky points in any relationship along the way, and that way when they do arise, our wheels aren't shot off by that. But that sounds like wisdom. But yeah, so far, been an absolute pleasure getting to work with LifeBridge in Brandon, Vermont. So from Manchester, New Hampshire, what, about two and a half hours away?
Yeah, just under 2.5 hours.
Okay. Pretty part of Vermont. I guess all of Vermont's.
It is. I refer it to it as God's country whenever I invite people to come to our part of the world. It is just, it's amazing. Brandon is just at the foot of the Green Mountain mountain range that runs up the middle of Vermont, and we are on the west side. You just come down over Brandon Gap and you settle into our community, and LifeBridge is right there ready to receive you. So
yeah. Cool, great church. Love the community. When we were in Brandon and we're hanging out downtown, I gotta tell you guys, I love this downtown vibe in Brandon. Like, if you had a way to maybe go to Brandon, Vermont for a weekend, I'm sure there's some places to stay around there, and go check out, hear Roger preach at LifeBridge in Brandon. You'd love it, but a great trip. The downtown area was really fun. The best way I have to describe it is it was like a mixture of hipsters and hicksters, I guess would be, and I don't mean it in any way. It was just really cool. Like you had overalls,
yeah,
and man buns going on in the same place, going at the same time. And it was really cool. Like, I loved it. I thought that was neat.
And for those of you watching from Brandon, I'm not the one that said hipsters and hicksters, okay? So
yeah, I'll come preach. I'll say that.
It's a wonderful community, and we have a wide cross-section of people there that are passionate. It's kind of an arts community.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if you're familiar with the artist Warren Kimball, who does a lot of folk art, but he lives, internationally known artist. He lives right in Brandon and has been there for years. And there have been this clustering of artists there. So, and the arts are so important to us, and it's been kind of a key part of our ministry, small though we were, to be able to present the gospel in an artistic way.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's neat. I'm familiar now because having been there, you told me and shared some of that, but also noticed downtown too, there were a number of galleries,
yes,
and artists that were present. So I thought it was really fantastic. And so we're excited about what God's doing in Vermont and how you're a part of our preaching team, helping write sermons and critique and make us all better. God's gifted Roger. You've been preaching for a long time. How long have you been preaching?
Almost 40 years.
40 years. Wow. And so all that experience, God's given Roger a unique voice that helps all the preachers at MCC.
And I can't tell you, even after 40 years, this is the first time I've had an opportunity to work with a teaching team to build sermons together. That experience has been enriching in so many ways, and I love to be able to sit down in those meetings and think through some things and benefit from the perspective and the vision and the insights of other men who are also godly men who bring the truth to light, and that's a cool thing for me.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, we're having a good time, and we're all, I think, being made better. So, great. You're in for a treat. I know you can already tell, but Roger is. You have to understand, like when I say hipsters and hicksters, like for me that is like a high compliment, like because I like diversity, and I find you to be quirky. Is that fair?
You're not the only one. So, yeah.
But I dig on quirky. I think quirky's fun.
My kids have used stronger words.
Oh, I'm sure. And quirky in 30-minute doses, that's about right.
That works. That
checks out. Now, we're going to have a lot of fun today. We're going to jump into a verse of the day, and let's check this out. Matthew chapter 20, verse 28. It says, just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. I'll read it again. Jesus is speaking, by the way. He says, just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. All right, Roger, what jumps out at you there?
From my own personal perspective, the ministry is not about me. And there have been times in my ministry that has not been true. Mm-hmm. And over time, I had to learn to become less so that he could become more. And when he is more, people are enriched.
That is so true. That is so true. I think, often about how, Jesus served us and gave his life as a ransom. I really like that word, ransom. Meaning that we were like held hostage or captive,
right?
Kidnapped. As God's kids, we've been kidnapped and held in the bondage of sin. But Jesus came to lay down his life as this ransom, and now we're going to follow him. And it's so great how clearly he communicates with us to say, if you're going to follow me, then you're going to serve others. And, the desire isn't to be served, but rather to serve others and to lay down your life. So when Jesus, says, okay, you want to be my disciples? Awesome, sweet. I want that too. Here's what that's going to look like. If you want to be my disciple, then you're going to have to lay down your life daily and then take up your cross so that you can follow me. And I think about that. I'm like, okay, crosses are required. They're not optional.
Right.
Crosses are in order, because if we're following Jesus and where his life led was to the cross, and we're going to walk in the steps of Jesus and do what Jesus did and talk like Jesus talked and love like Jesus loved with his love, then it stands to reason that we're constantly laying down our lives in this really glorious, wonderful sacrifice that is it's meaningful and it is abundant and full.
Well, and I think that's one of the reasons that our celebration of the baptism experience is such an important thing, because when we come to Jesus Christ and we decide we're going to follow him, we take up our cross daily and we, step into that path. We are saying, just as you died, I am willing to die. And baptism is a clear participation, as the book of Romans tells us, in the death of Jesus Christ and his burial and his resurrection. And we have this amazing opportunity to do that. By the way, cool story. Last Wednesday, I had the opportunity to baptize a young couple.
Okay.
They were not married, and they were wanting to get married, and so part of the conversation as they were preparing to get married, they made a commitment to Christ, and we baptized them both. And so they entered a covenant with Christ on Wednesday evening, and on Saturday evening they entered a covenant with each other.
All right.
And it's so exciting to be a part of that rich experience.
That's fantastic.
It's so exciting to share in that wedding.
Yeah, I love that. Love that. I love that again, you're talking about the imagery, but also the reality of being, dead to sin and recognizing where we are on our own, and then being buried with Christ, going under the water and being raised to new life, sharing in his, really in the gospel, the life, death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus.
Right.
And the hope that we have that he'll return. And so one of the things I want to say to everybody, this is the day of fame. If you've never experienced that, being immersed in water baptism and being united in Christ in this way, to have that experience is such a wonderful gift from God. And there is maybe some mystery in there, which is okay, I think really good. But that experience, to physically experience from the top of your head to your bottom of your feet with your whole being, what God is doing in your heart or soul and in your mind,
right,
is one of the ways that God just says, hey, this is how I love you. I love you completely. So if you've never had that experience, we would love to help you on that journey and maybe get that set up. Put something in the chat, or you can email us at thisistheday@manchesterchristian.com, and we would love to follow up with you and maybe be a part of that journey.
That's so cool. One of the things that comes to my mind is there is some mystery to this, and one of the things that I've noticed, people say to me commonly, I don't know enough. I don't know if I know enough or if I understand enough. And here's the thing, the one thing you need to know. Do you know that God is a good Father? And can you trust that God does know enough to accomplish his vital role in this powerful, life-changing experience? And it's wonderful to see that happen.
Yeah, it's always fun to kind of unpack the prerequisites to baptism.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're really very simple.
Yeah. Do you believe?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, besides that is the work. When Jesus was asked, what is the work that God requires? And Jesus' answer was to believe
in the one that he has sent.
The one that he has sent.
Right.
And, that is that first step is belief.
Exactly.
And as you mentioned, that he's a good Father, and then we take steps after that. Steps of faith, which don't have to be leaps of faith. Take your next step of faith, and it won't have to be a leap. Yeah, just keep stepping. I love that. I love that. I mentioned I love the word ransom. Curious. C.S. Lewis wrote a space trilogy. Have you read it? Every one of them. Okay. And so one of my favorite trilogy of books I've ever read, this C.S. Lewis author wrote The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Chronicles of Narnia. Right. And then, The Great Divorce, Mere Christianity, tons of amazing, foundational works for us to read. But then he wrote a space trilogy, which was science fiction. Right. And the main character's name was Ransom. Yes. And I always thought that was the coolest name for a main character in a book. Yeah. Loved it. Did you enjoy the books? I did. I felt like they were way ahead of their time. Oh my goodness. I think they still are. I really do. I mean, but for sure. Right. Yeah. Amazing books. I thought you might have read them. That's cool. I don't meet a lot of people that have read them. Yeah. My favorite C.S. Lewis book, though, is Till We All Have Faces. Awesome. Yeah. So beautiful, poetic. Anyway, really good. Cool. All right. Roger, I hate to do this to you, being a guest and all, but we have a calendar page. Okay. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Okay. I'm a little bit afraid. A little fear and trepidation there. It's good. Good. You've caught the vibe. I like that about you. You've caught the vibe. We never really know what this page is going to bring. Okay. I would say it's hit and miss, but it's mostly miss. But we do it anyway. All right, because that's kind of how the day is. This is the day. It may not be the day you wanted, but the day you got. So right, we're going to share it with one another and with each other, because that's the only way to make it through most days. All right, so today's calendar page is what's the song? So we're going to ask the question. There's a song lyric, and the answer's on the back of the page, but we're going to put it up. It's already up. I'll read it, and if you know the answer, type it in the chat. Roger, if you know the answer, I want you to answer. What's the song? The lyric is, he wakes up in the morning, does his teeth bite to eat, and he's rolling. Do you know the song? Clueless. Clueless. That's not the song. That's not the song. I am clueless about this. Okay. I got to admit, I did not know this particular lyric either. The answer is Ants Marching by Dave Matthews Band. Now, once I saw that, I went, because I don't know anything that guy's saying. I like it. I just didn't know. That's the lyrics. Now I know what he's saying, and it still makes no sense.
Yeah.
Some people are like, Dave's a genius. How dare you? I don't disagree. Probably is. Okay, so you didn't know.
No idea.
Got a favorite song lyric? Put you on the spot.
Favorite song lyric? Probably Styx, Not Dead Yet.
Okay.
Just if I'm looking secular music, or most anything by Leon Redbone.
Oh, Leon Redbone. Yeah. I wasn't ready for a Styx reference there. My favorite all-time song, and I hate to give this away because I think others will jump on the bandwagon if they know it. No Sugar Tonight by the Guess Who. And I'll tell you why. It's like 3 different songs in one, and they're all good, and I can listen to it over and over.
Yeah.
Don't know. Who cares? All right. We have another calendar that gives us a national day to celebrate. And today, very appropriately, I think you'll get on board with this. Today's May 5th. Cinco de Mayo.
It is.
Cinco de Mayo. So our calendar on Cinco de Mayo has decided that this will be Oyster Day. On Cinco de Mayo.
Because
the 5th of May.
Because Mexican celebration is all about oysters.
Oyster tacos, I suppose.
Oyster tacos.
Yes. How do you feel about the oyster?
I love them.
Okay. Across the board, like on the half shell, Rockefeller, fried. What are we doing here?
Honestly, I have not ever had the experience with an oyster that I didn't enjoy.
Okay.
So I can't say that I've had them always. I mean, if you ask me what's an oyster Rockefeller, no idea. But I've had oysters a number of different ways and never been disappointed.
Okay. Ever find a pearl?
No, I found sand.
All right. Yeah, it's not really an oyster if it's not gritty.
Right.
I don't think you're supposed to chew them, though. You just kind of slurp.
Yeah.
Oyster Day. We have oyster crackers. Big fan?
Yeah, throw them in my oyster stew, for sure.
Okay, I've never had oyster stew. That's good. We had oyster dressing sometimes at Thanksgiving.
That's good, too.
That's a good one. But yeah, we got the oyster. These are actually soup and oyster.
Okay.
That's a hard word to say, oyster. Am I saying it right? Say it, I need to hear you.
Oyster. I wouldn't
oyster.
chew the T.
Oi!
Yeah.
Oyster. Feels like, where do they say oi? Is that Australia? Oi. Let's go with Australia.
Yeah.
Sounds like an oyster is somebody who's really excited in Australia. He's
Okay.
an oyster. No.
Yeah. Or Israel, little oy vey.
Oy vey. Oh. Okay.
So.
All right. Oyster Day. We're celebrating.
Woo. Yeah. I thought you were going to open them up, and I
Would you like some?
No. I was very concerned about trying to chew oysters with a microphone on, because that was going to be.
Well, okay. We're now
now
that it is open. So, I open the bag. You open your mouth. We're gonna just do it until I make one.
I'm a 12-year-old boy. My wife says.
Yeah, you ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go. You're in the mouth. I'm gonna hit it. Let's go!
Bam!
Look at that! Dream team.
That's awesome. I didn't even have to move.
Of course not. Trying to make this easy. All right, Oyster Day. Also, today we're going to do a little thing called Trivial Pursuit. You play Trivial Pursuit ever?
I have.
You any good?
I'm always good with other people's questions.
Gotcha. One of those. You're like, oh, I know that one. I wish it was mine. You get all the easy ones.
That's it. Why do other people always have easy problems?
Every card you get is easy. I've known every question you've had. I only know this because these are things I've said. Okay. I like the Trivial Pursuit. We play every day on This Is the Day. So there's 6 questions on the Trivial Pursuit card. I'm going to guess at all 6. Invite you to guess at all 6. If you get all 6 right, we're going to send you a congratulatory Pop Rocks from a Fun Dip box. They're right there. And probably a nasty note because I'm feeling saucy. Okay. But if I get all 6 right, I'm going to get some Pop Rocks too. You ever had Pop Rocks?
I have.
They're delicious.
They're fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have the original 1981 edition of the classic board game Trivial Pursuit in front of the Pop Rocks in a Fun Dip box. And then underneath, Planking Alice is the 40th anniversary. Alice from the Brady Bunch.
Oh,
have you guys met?
No, this is the first time I've seen Planking Alice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Alice is here every day, doing all kinds of things, and here to help us out. So we have the 40th anniversary. So the oldest cards, the newest cards. It's dealer's choice. You get to pick.
Well, I'm going to play better on the old information.
Okay. Well, you're not playing. You're just reading.
Okay.
I'm playing the game.
Okay.
But if you know them, I mean, I'll believe you if you say you know the answer.
Okay.
So if you get all, yeah. All right.
I'm going to go with the old one.
Okay, we're going old. Okay, so you read the color, I'll say what the category is, and then you read the question.
Okay. Green.
Whoa. We start with blue.
Oh, it is blue.
Are you colorblind?
Yeah, start with blue.
Blue, geography. I know the colors. So.
What London traffic circle was the hub of the British Empire?
We've had this one.
So did we put him back in the wrong place?
Yeah, no, I just said no. I'll draw you a card. Man, we've pulled that one like 5 times, it feels like. All right, here you go.
Okay. Once again, blue.
Geography.
What's pollo on a menu in Rome?
P-O-L-O?
P-O-L-L-O.
Okay. Have we had this one? We may have had this one. Chicken is the answer.
I'm guessing it's chicken.
Okay. You have the answer. Okay.
Chicken. This one is red.
Pink is entertainment.
Pink. Well, I got old eyes. Give me a break here.
All right, I know the colors.
Who used to say, "Gee, Mr. Benny"?
We've had this one. I'm so sorry. I'm going to get a new box. I have another box of old cards. Try that one.
Okay. We're back at pink.
Hey, but we got the oyster cracker in the mouth on the first try.
So this is
okay,
pink.
We bought ourselves a little time that way.
Right.
Pink. No, we're on blue. I got to do blue again.
Okay, blue.
Geography.
Where does a car with a sticker bearing the letters CH come from?
Switzerland. We've had this one before, too.
Oh, no.
What is happening? People don't. We're almost at 300 episodes. I'm gonna have to.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Last try. If we've had it before, we're just going with it.
This one's just too easy.
All right. What is the
blue?
Blue. Geography.
What city is served by Dulles International Airport?
Dulles is serves Washington D.C.
Right.
Okay.
So, pink. Who won the 1961 Best Actor for his role in Judgment at Nuremberg?
Ooh. Who won?
Who won the 1961 Best Actor Oscar for his role in Judgment at Nuremberg?
Judgment at Nuremberg. Let's go with. Did you know this one?
No, I didn't have any idea.
Okay. I have no idea either. I will say Max von Sydow.
Closer than you might think.
Max. Is it Max something?
It's Maximilian.
Maximilian. Is there a Vaughn in it?
There's no Vaughn.
Maximilian. I know this one. Maximilian Schmidt. I don't remember.
Schell.
Schnell?
Schell.
Okay.
S-C-H-E-L-L. Maximilian Schell.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Yellow. History.
Okay. What army was founded by William Booth and his wife, Catherine?
Okay. The answer to this one is, I'm just giving them time to type it in, the Salvation Army.
That one was easy for people who've lived in by faith for a while.
Yep.
Seen a few things.
Yep.
Purple.
Purple, art and literature.
Whose biography is titled Hitch? And it's not Will Smith.
Hitch.
Whose biography is titled Hitch?
This is a weird one because it's not Hitchcock. It's not, is it?
It is.
It is Alfred Hitchcock?
It is.
Okay. Alfred Hitchcock.
Now, you said it, and you said it not. So I don't know what you get here.
Well, I got it right, but I already missed one, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all or nothing on this bad boy.
Okay. Yeah. So green.
Green, science and nature.
What is the largest satellite orbiting Earth? Holy cats, easy.
Wait, is it Sputnik? That was the first. Wasn't the first. First man-made satellite. The moon.
The moon. Right. And orange.
Orange, sports and leisure.
What drink was invented by oilmen who used their tools to stir it?
Okay, the answer to this one is the screwdriver.
That one is true.
That is true. So Maximilian Schell. That's a tough one. If you got that one, I'm impressed.
The, 2 Pop Rocks. Wait a minute, I can't give away Pop Rocks.
Can't give
just
away Pop
willy-dilly.
Rocks. No, you can't. No, you got to get all. Perfection's the standard. Okay,
Right.
just like with God, perfection is the standard.
Yeah.
That's the standard.
It is.
It can only be met through Jesus, but that is the standard.
Right.
So you want those Pop Rocks, you got to get all 6 right. Okay, I didn't get them all right. You want to do a little Everyday with Jesus?
Sure.
Okay, it's our daily devotion in 140 characters or less. Our thought for the day says, when we treasure the eternal, we store up eternal reward. The things of God will never lose their appeal, depreciate, break, or decay. And then Jesus' words from Matthew 6:19, he says, do not store up for yourself treasures on earth where moth and rust destroy and where thieves break in and steal, but store up for yourselves treasures in heaven where moth and rust do not destroy and where thieves do not break in and steal. Well, that's true, right?
It is.
Things of God will never, I like that, will never lose their appeal, depreciate, break, or decay. I think a lot about the most valuable thing that we're entrusted with to steward are these bodies that are in this steady state of decay. I mean, there's nothing more obvious than, okay, this is temporary and fleeting than, there is nothing in all creation as amazing as the human body and the way it all works.
It is.
And yet it is in decay and leading towards physical death that doesn't last. So temporary and fleeting.
And yet God has given us the opportunity to step into eternity today.
Yes. Store up the treasures there.
Exactly.
That's so good. Yeah. Let's not waste our the time that we have on death, rather than on life. Very
That
cool.
is such a great encouragement.
Yeah. Glad Jesus gave that to us. Good stuff. Roger, we got a couple minutes left. I want to know, what are you most excited about in the next 6 months?
I am really excited about seeing people step back into community after all of this period of isolation. The isolation is so damaging. I felt those effects myself, and I have a wonderful wife with whom to share my isolation, but still. I see the isolation happening and working negatively on people all over the place, and I'm so excited to see people coming back together and finding their hope in Christ, in spite of the reality that the world is still a dangerous place.
Sure. Always is. I think something that is pretty cool. The very first human problem was loneliness. Before there was sin, there was loneliness. So you go back to the garden. Before there was sin, God's like, everything's good. He looks at his creation, it's good. Everything he made is good. He looks at man, he says, it's very good. And then he says, but it's not good for man to be alone. So Here was this first problem. God's answer was family, was to make family. And loneliness is still the first human problem. And God's answer is still family. And it may not be, the nuclear family or your family of origin, but his family, to become adopted sons and daughters.
Exactly.
Which is about, being born again. It's, being baptized and being born again into Christ. You're an adopted child in his family, and this is his answer to loneliness. And what I love is, while there's all kinds of problems in this world, and I don't know that as the church we're really all that well equipped or positioned, to fix the health problems, to fix the economic problems, to fix all the problems of injustice. I think in Jesus we have a wonderful answer, for these things, but not to make these problems go away or fix them, and so on and so forth. But the one problem that we are called to fix and positioned to fix and can is loneliness. We can eradicate loneliness. That is exactly what we're equipped and called to do.
And throwing our arms around someone does so much for them and for us as well.
For sure.
And to be able to, as the scripture says, greet one another with a holy kiss, whatever that looks like in our modern culture.
Yourself, Roger. I don't need that. Absolutely. Well, it's been a joy hanging out with you for half an hour, you quirky little fella.
It has been a pleasure for me. Thank you for the opportunity.
Excited about what's happening in Brandon and with MCC and all our outposts. So hope to have you back.
Thank you so much.
Cool. All right, this is the day. We'll catch you tomorrow.